You can also use our delivery tool. This is where you can schedule all the events on which trucks they're going to, and also bulk print your contracts that still need signed and things like that. So again, let's load up January 18th on this. So this delivery tool will show you where all your events are at. The purple one's your warehouse. These other ones are all the events. Um, and so you can just drag these guys over to which truck they're going to be on. So this one needs to be uh, delivered by this date in order for me to show up on time. So this one starts at 11 a.m. So if I leave the warehouse at 9, I arrive at the event at 9:30, I set up, I'm done by 11, this is when the event starts. So you can drag these over, or you can use our auto load button, we'll do that for you. Once you save your schedule for your deliveries, then you'll be able to bulk print a lot of those things like I was mentioning earlier here with this print button. So that was about all I had covered or planned for today on the basics of things, just to kind of get you an intro on what you need to do to get set up and how to use the basics of the lead system, which you'll be using every day. So like I said, if you have any questions after you've watched this, leave them in the comments. We'll address those as we see them. And then our next one, which will be on more advanced things, will be January 14th at 1. If you have additional questions, you can always meet with us individually and we can talk about how to set it up for your company. So anything to add, Cody?
Yeah, we just had one more question that I'll answer. You talked about delivery and that schedule and the travel time. Someone was asking if it checks that for the availability, and it does in the software. When you're renting something out, we take the availability from the time it leaves the warehouse through the travel time of getting to the event, through the setup duration, and then obviously the duration of the event, and then through the teardown duration and the travel back to the warehouse. So all of that is taken into account and considered booked out during that time frame.
Yeah, and you'll see the conflicts will show up here. This one has a conflict. It's a quote that's happening at the same time. And so, it'll show up as,
That's actually just bad data there.
yeah, let me make a copy of this lead here, and then we'll be able to see an example. So I can save a copy. And if it's directly overlapping with another event, then uh, you'll see it in red. And if it's just nearby but not actually overlapping, then it'll show in yellow. So let me upgrade one of these now. So
And while you're doing that, I'll just clarify what you mean there. The yellow conflict means that there's just going to be a really tight turnaround time. We call that a soft conflict. And so you'll see that in yellow text rather than red text, meaning you could probably still do the event, but it's a warning to let you know there's going to be a quick turnaround time. And I think our default setting for that is 7 hours if you haven't put in a setup and teardown window, and then it's, I believe, 1 hour or 45 minutes if you have put in those setup windows and teardown windows. And those timeframes are customizable. So if your industry tends to turn things around a lot faster and you don't want to see a lot of those warnings, we can make those smaller for you, or larger if you need a bigger window.
yeah, and there's even the ability to customize it per item. You can say, well, dunk tank takes a lot longer or less time than this other item. So like, just depends on some of the inventory items just take longer they have to be dried out or whatever it might be.
Yeah, a good example of that was a customer's renting out dishes for catering, and they have to bring the dishes back and wash them, after every event. So they needed like just that one piece of equipment needed a 24-hour window around it. So there's a setting for that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah, that one specifically is called recovery time. So when you're in your inventory, it's you'll go to the advanced section and then you can hit recovery time. So in case you're wondering.